Welcome to Forensic Friday,
where we examine the intersection of true crime, psychology, and the heart of being human in the middle of it all. Hi, gang.
Hi.
Nat and I are in between things today, as per usual.
10-minute mini.
10-minute mini, maybe 15.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I'm working on not being running late all the time, so that's where our head's at. We're gonna do our very best. I have a clock up there. We can watch. Is it right?
Minutes. Your clock is slow.
Damn it! That explains a lot.
Oh God.
That explains a lot.
Okay.
I know.
Today we're gonna cover, because of the case on Friday.
Yep.
Accountability and
responsibility.
Responsibility.
Yeah, the case Friday, I've kind of alluded to this, but I'm going to cover the Michigan Sherron Moore madness that's happening.
Yep.
And it's this one's tough. This is tough for me. This is like really important to my heart. This is my family's history. Watching the game, it sounds stupid, but it really is important to me. And so as I'm digging into it, this is some of the stuff that Nat and I teach every single day. And this case is a great example of what happens when you don't do either one. When you don't have accountability or responsibility, things get crazy really fast. And we wanted to give you kind of a definition of the two before we get into the case, so you know how we're approaching it.
Well, you know what's funny, and I'll say more of this Friday.
Yeah. Who are you texting?
No one.
You goober.
I'm not texting anyone. I'm getting a ChatGPT definition.
Oh, I love you. Okay. Garrett, that tapping is okay. It was for the podcast.
You can't even hear it.
He can hear everything.
He can't hear that.
I don't know. He hears.
If he can hear it, I would be shocked.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, go for it.
So I wasn't texting, but someone just asked me if I know much about this case, and I don't, because I've purposefully kind of not looked it up because you're covering it.
Oh, good. Well, this one pains me.
I know, because you love Michigan.
I love Michigan.
And I love Michigan too, but I love Michigan State.
I hate this so much.
I mean, I like both Michigan schools, but
no one loves both Michigan schools.
My family went to Michigan State.
No, I get it. Michigan State's fine. It's still not Ohio State.
You're right.
But here's the thing I will say about my team that I love so much.
Their Michigan State, the Trojan reminds me of condoms.
First of all, they're the Spartans. I love you, but I already feel better about this because you don't even know what their mascot is. No, they're the
but it looks the same.
It does. It does. Okay. It does, but then they're the Spartans. They're the Spartans.
I'm sorry.
Interestingly,
to my cousin who went to Michigan State, she's going to kill me.
I don't actually have that big of an issue with Michigan State. The thing is, anytime we have this big of programs, this much money, when people have power, there's an inverse relationship typically between power and accountability.
Yes. So, oh my gosh.
And also a lot of times people are pretty accountable to be successful. Like when I meet a really successful person, there's some element of accountability typically necessary to rise the ranks, unless you're like born with money and you've just been pushing people around your whole life. But when we're talking about accountability and responsibility in a case like what we're covering on Friday, it's just not there. And when it's not there for a period of time, things get wild and dangerous and damaging. And this is a great example of that. So break it down for the people.
Okay. Well, essentially, responsibility is having a duty or a role to perform a task or behave in a certain way.
Oh, I love
So it's my responsibility to be respectful.
Yes.
Or to get something done that I need to get done, right? Accountability refers to being answerable for the outcome of an action or decision. It's about owning the result, whether positive or negative. Accountability cannot be delegated, where responsibility can be delegated.
Yes.
Right? So essentially, responsibility equals the job. Accountability equals owning the outcome.
Yes.
So I'm responsible for this. I am accountable for how this goes.
Yes.
or how I act in this.
And in our world with dangerous and negative behavior, typically what we tell people is you have to take accountability first for whatever crap you did.
Correct.
Responsibility is playing it forward. So if we think responsibility with work is this is my wheelhouse, this is my job,
Correct.
I'm held accountable to my job. When we think about in a system,
Yes.
accountability is about being clear and current about how I'm behaving, how I'm performing, how I'm treating people, how I'm showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Responsibility is once I've taken accountability, do I play that forward in a way that is responsible? Do I
Correct.
take responsibility for not doing this thing again
Correct.
or doing this thing better? And
Yes.
in the state of Colorado and domestic violence, which is what Nat and I do day in and day out, and we'll
Mhm.
do all night tonight and doubles and again and on we go.
Mhm. Mhm.
This is the thing that is probably the primary core competency that our clients are expected to nail by the time they enter treatment. Full accountability
Mhm.
for what they've done and taking responsibility
of
for
how
where they're
that-
going.
Yep, for how that looks as they move forward.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
So when you think about big systems, Nat, and kind of the untouchables, and we talk about people who rise the ranks really fast at work, or maybe they're the head of a Fortune 500 company. When they rise up there, why do you think sometimes they lack accountability? Why is there sort of, I shouldn't say every time, but a lot of times an inverse relationship between power and accountability?
I think it's pride,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, in my opinion. It's pride. And what is the word I'm looking for? Pride and power, right? So like not wanting to blame someone else for something going wrong.
Mhm.
Right? And we see this all the time with some of our people. Here's like the beautiful thing about working in Parker.
Mm.
You and I used to work downtown Denver.
Mhm.
Different crowd. Different crowd. Just-
The drug court crowd.
Drug work crowd, but even the DV crowd was different.
Yes. Aurora's different.
Aurora's
You didn't,
different.
Did you ever run groups in Aurora?
I did not. I
A-Town?
did those one day groups and I did the adolescent ones there. I've never been more scared in my life.
No, it's a thing.
Adolescents scare me more than adults in those
Oh
groups.
yeah, I used to shut it down at an office across from an extended stay hotel in
Mhm.
A-Town up there, and it was
It's interesting.
it's interesting. It's different.
And so Parker, we get a little bit more of this,
Yes.
right?
Why do you think the clients come in? Because I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
The clients that come in Denver, Aurora, inner city,
yeah.
they come in a little bit more workable, honestly.
No, they
most
do.
of the time.
And
And I would include
hands
gang
down.
members in that. I would include all kinds of folks
hands
in
down,
that.
hands down.
Why do you think that's so hard in Parker? Because you're right. It's a different crowd out here sometimes.
Yeah, not always. I think. Why do I think that is? Well, it's a little less diverse.
Mm-hmm.
It is just more white collar. It's suburby,
Mhm.
right? It's just less. The crime looks different.
The privilege is higher.
The privilege is way higher.
The struggle is lower sometimes.
Well, it depends on the struggle.
Yeah, but I mean like when you think of
SES.
Maslow's hierarchy
Yes.
of needs.
Like social economic status is different.
Yes, generally.
Generally.
Yes.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there's less of the basic needs that are needed
Yeah.
around here.
Yes.
Not to say that they're not. They are. Thankfully,
Yes.
we work in a nonprofit circle. So we have
We do.
a food bank across the
Mm-hmm.
parking lot and, a few other nonprofits around us, but it's just different. And so I think when we see a little bit more of these high dollar
Mm.
individuals who are involved in criminal activities, it's I don't know how to say this. It's like everybody else's fault but theirs, right? Like they couldn't just throw money at it.
Yes. I was thinking the other day, I have some visibility into DV stats in the mountains and in a couple of rural towns.
Mhm.
And it's interesting, the resort town, the arrest rate and the conviction rate is far lower
Yeah.
than in the communities just outside of there, which we can understand why that happens.
Part of it is resourcing.
Of course.
There's not as much treatment options.
Well, but I'm talking about in the smaller, more rural towns.
Oh, yeah.
Those folks are getting convicted, arrested, convicted, forced to do treatment. In the ski towns, not always.
Right.
Because, out of towners, they blow into town, their attorney tries to squash it, whatever.
Yeah.
And again, these are gross generalizations, but one of the things that Nat and I struggle with folks, and we're known for working with this particular constellation of issues fairly well,
Mm-hmm.
is to sit with somebody who's a successful power and control master.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of that. I think we have to deal with that. And different communities use power and control differently for different outcomes, for different needs.
Yep.
And I think sometimes when people have been successful, they don't see a need to change. Well, my power and control is why I'm in charge. Why would I not?
That's how they got there.
Be this all the time.
Yep.
But what they are missing is accountability. And when they make that switch, we tend to see the behavior get better.
Yes.
My struggle with the Michigan case, and you'll hear more about this on Friday, this is a team and a culture that has historically been pretty good and respected.
Mm-hmm.
And what used to be true about them is that they weren't always the best team. They're the winningest team in college football history.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is they've been around longer than everybody else. It's not that they've always won everything.
Right.
But they have very high standards. I mean, they're just below Ivy League admission standards. And they didn't have a lot of nonsense.
Right.
And one of my personal heroes is Bo Schembechler, who was a coach at Michigan. And he had really high standards, talked about the team above the individual and all that kind of stuff. And what we've had is a real departure from some of those core values. And so it's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to get into it because I'm an absolute hypocrite if I don't take a look at my team and my people, especially when there's alleged domestic violence involved. We're going to cover it. And some of you have messaged me, and I really appreciate it. And you've been kind, which I also appreciate, because it's not fun when something that you love and celebrate is struggling. That's not fun for anybody. Nobody likes that. And you guys have been so kind reaching out to me, but I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to cover it just like I would any other school, any other issue.
Yep.
And I really hope they make some changes. And I want you guys to be thinking, and I think this is what I'm going to be thinking leading up to the episode on Friday. How accountable am I really? And, Nat, you're one of my best friends. My favorite thing about our friendship is accountability. And we tell the guys this and they can see it. I think you lead with that actually more than I have. I think I've learned a lot from you in this.
Right.
But we have a friendship that's safe enough to be accountable in. And so because of that, you're not going to get caught on your back heel because you're communicating. I think this is such a strength of yours, and it is a strength of mine. It has become a strength of mine. It creates such a safe friendship because you don't have this like stored up backlog of nonsense, which is really scary in relationships.
It is. It's wild.
And if you get there first, if I see something going sideways and I get there first before it blows up 6 months later, I really value that a lot. And I think it makes everything less scary when things are just out in the open and when we hold ourselves accountable. Because we know when we screw up.
Well,
we know.
And here's the other thing. If it comes out before you share it, that's even scarier.
Yes.
Than to just own it.
Yes.
And move and figure out where to go from there.
And then there's grace.
Yes.
And Nat and I've been laughing because I don't even know where my head's been the last 2 days. Gare left me sleeping in my bed yesterday when he went to work. I'm like, where did he think I was going? And I have to get ready. He just let me sleep and I needed sleep.
Yes.
But it goofed up my whole morning. And so I had a very humbling morning of disappointing everyone.
It's okay.
But we've
all been there.
We have, but because I'm an accountable person and I get there and I take care of my business and I own my stuff, I don't make up stories. I tell the absolute truth. Because of that, people were so kind and generous and gracious with me. And then I try to do that with people as well. So I'm very thankful people are patient with me, but just know that when we're talking about accountability, we really are talking about the importance of just owning your stuff so that you can be
Yes.
free.
Yep. And we're going to be getting into other cases too that are hot topics this week, super sad topics. So we will be getting into that. There's just so many things happening, which is super unfortunate, but also we're going to cover them. And, you know, our biggest goal always, always, always is prevention. And part of prevention is accountability. So,
yes, every case we see, if there was accountability, there wouldn't be a case for us to be working in the first place.
correct. So, all right, we got to go to our session.
We gotta go. Bye, guys.
As always.
Bye, forensic friends. I'm Janine.
And I'm Nat.
And as always, thanks for listening and join us next week for more crime, psychology, and heart.